Hello everyone, and thank you for joining us this evening. We are joined, my name is Val, I'm one of the tutors at Northcoders, and I'm joined this evening by Rajinder Kaur, and she is going to answer some hot questions from me. I've been looking really quite forward to this conversation. This is one of our first or second, I believe, of these fireside chats that we're doing here at Northcoders around International Women's Day, with the perspective of expanding this later on into the year, just so that we can speak to some of our grads and some people from outside in the wider industry and learn more about them. And with this in mind, I'll be handing over to Rajinder and asking her to just briefly introduce herself. What are you up to now? What do you do?
Thank you, Val. Yeah, so I'm Rajinder Kaur, and I'm a UI engineer at Direct Line Group at the moment. And I'm also a STEM ambassador with STEM Learning. And since I've graduated from Northcoders, I think it's the third year since I've been a software developer. So yeah,
fantastic,
me, yeah.
Excellent. Why did you choose tech as a career?
Well, that's a bit of a long story, but when I was younger, like careers in tech weren't that common, and I wasn't very career focused, to be honest, when I was young, because I grew up in like rural India, and you know, at that time it was common for like when girls were at a certain age to focus on their marriage rather than a career. So yeah, I got married quite early when I was 18, and I was a homemaker for the first 4 years. But when I moved to England with my husband and my daughter, I came across this opportunity with Open University that, you know, you can study remotely with them. And it was perfect for me at that time because obviously I had a young family and I was also running a business with my husband. Now the only thing was I wasn't sure what to do, like what courses to go for. So I was aware of some tech companies, like big tech names. So I thought, you know, if I do something related to computing, maybe I will be able to like step into the industry. So I chose my degree based on that, but I had no sector in sight, no knowledge of what kind of jobs I will be able to do once I finish my degree. So it was only towards like the end of the degree that I made a decision that it's software development that I'm going to go for, and that was also through like I would say it was accidental. So due to some reasons out of my control, I had to take a break from studying. So when I came back to Open University to complete my last module, I was told that they had stopped presenting that degree. So yeah, so I was allowed to take most of my modules to a different degree. But now instead of doing just one last one, I had to do 3 more modules.
I see.
And 2 of those modules were coding, they were Java modules. And so earlier I had been very clever and I had avoided all the coding modules because I used to be a bit scared of coding. My previous experience was from many years ago in India when we used to just code on like using pen and paper. We only used to try it on a computer sometimes. And so like I was good at it, but I didn't really enjoy it because I didn't see the implication, you know, when you're just writing it on pen and paper. So that's why I just thought coding was something very intense and, you know, didn't see the point of it. But this time round when I did those modules, obviously the world was more digital, we had the apps and all those things, so I could see the implication how my code could be used. So so yeah, that's when I thought, you know, it's software development I'm going for. So after finishing my degree, I started applying for graduate software developer roles, and I had like a full year of rejections, and only got feedback from like 2 or I think maybe 3 companies. But yeah, it was mostly similar that my coding skills aren't enough for, you know, the job.
I see.
So I had been to the Leeds Digital Fair just a few months before I got this feedback, and there I had seen the Northcoders stand, and I had got their brochure, but I didn't think at that time that I'll need it. But you know, when I got this feedback, and I thought, you know, it's maybe I should upskill myself. So I did the coding boot camp with Northcoders in Manchester at that time. And yeah, since I've completed that, I've been working in the industry.
Fantastic! What a story! What an absolute journey! And it sounded like it's been quite a bit of a leap of faith for you as well to first start a degree with Open University and then software development as well. In this time that you've been a software engineer for, have you experienced imposter syndrome? And how have you managed to beat that beast, or are you still overcoming?
To be honest, like I hadn't even heard of imposter syndrome, this term, before I joined this industry.
Okay.
It was only when I started working in the tech industry I came across this term. And yes, I did feel like I did doubt myself a lot at the start of my career. I did have low self-belief. Now, whether it was imposter syndrome, you know, I don't know. Like when I used to, when I first came across it, I looked at the definition of imposter syndrome, and one of it said like it's something experienced by high achieving people, you know, and especially women. And I thought, I haven't achieved anything yet, so you know, I thought I don't even qualify to have imposter syndrome. So yeah, so but then I thought, maybe is this the imposter syndrome telling me that, you know, I haven't achieved anything?
Right.
So yeah, it was a tricky one, but I don't like the idea of thinking that I have some kind of syndrome.
Okay.
But yes,
Yeah.
I did experience like low self-belief, low confidence. But I think it's also very natural to have low confidence, or you know, be able to build that confidence, for it to take longer to build that confidence. Because when you're someone like, I'm a first generation professional, I'm working in a different country, like I'm a first generation immigrant, and I'm working in a field where you don't see many people like yourself. You don't see people who talk like you. You don't see people who look like you. Like I've often been the only female in a room. I've often been the only brown person in a room, not just a female. So, so yeah, so that all does affect it. But yeah, yeah. So how have I overcome it? I think I've like talked about it with different women in my network, with my mentors, and you know, it's really good to openly talk about it and see how others have experienced it and how they have overcome it. I've also, I think, learned to not be very hard on myself, like, and also have a look, like reflect upon the growth over the years, because we often kind of like forget how much we have grown, like with time.
Completely.
And yeah, I think I've also like learning to let go of the idea of being perfect all the time, because you know, when I started doing these talks, I used to be nervous, and then I used to look back at it, and I used to be very critical about, you know, like I could have said this, or I didn't say this right, and all that.
Why didn't I phrase it that way?
Yeah, and yeah, but now I've read a tweet recently and said like embarrassment is the cost of entry. So it's just, you know, knowing that it's okay to not get things perfect when you start, and just so yeah, try new things without being too hard on myself.
Fantastic. What a wonderful advice there. And I think by gatekeeping ourselves from jumping into anything new, we don't really allow ourselves, you know, to make those mistakes and really learn from them. Absolutely. Wonderful. So you mentioned that you've learned to be not too hard on yourself and to appreciate the positive. How do you, any other tips and tricks on how do you relax after a hard work day?
Well, I like spending time with my family, my husband and my children, just like sit with them and talk about how their day went and all, and watch something on Netflix, or you know, watch a documentary or something, and I play Candy Crush. That really helps. I play it every day.
Wonderful.
Yeah.
I'm almost scared to ask you what level you're up to.
Don't.
Who are your fiercest supporters or cheerleaders? You mentioned that when you've experienced self-doubt, you've spoken with some of your mentors or other women in tech. So who are these people who support you and cheer you on?
Yeah, it's definitely my mentors as well. It's my family, my husband, my sister, my mom, some of my friends. I think I have like a lot of support. Like even I find LinkedIn very good as well. Like, you know, when you post something, people do, you know, when they share something that you post or like it, I find that uplifting as well. So yeah, I feel like I get a lot of support.
Yeah, fantastic. Wonderful. What are your currently your biggest successes tech-wise?
I feel for me it was when I won my first award, the Tech Women 100 award. It felt really good and it made me really proud of myself, and it felt really good to be recognized like this. So that was like one of my biggest success.
Excellent. Would you like to tell us a little bit more about it? I was going to ask you a little bit later, but we've brought the subject now. So,
yeah.
Would you like to tell us how this award, what this award meant for you? What area was it in? Just a bit more about it, and has it changed anything for you as well, receiving such an award?
Yeah, I mean, like I've said, it has made me incredibly proud of myself, and it was definitely a confidence booster.
Yeah.
It has helped me grow my network, and it's I would say like more people have started reaching out to me for some engagements, like career talks or chats or things like these. So yeah, it has definitely helped me, and it really motivates you to carry on doing the good work that you're doing. Yeah,
absolutely, fantastic. And it was only just last week you won yourself another award.
Yeah.
Would you like to tell us a little bit more about that one as well?
Yeah, it was Reframe Women in Tech Believe You Can award, and that award is for obviously someone who has overcome some challenges to step into the industry. And well, that again like felt really good to get your hard work acknowledged, because like I've mentioned, studying with the Open University while raising a young family and also running a business in a new country when you're adjusting to the life and the culture here, it has not been easy. And then we were just talking about the commute that I did for the Manchester Northcoders. Like everything has been like, it has been difficult, a difficult journey. And to get recognized for that and get that acknowledged, it feels good, yeah.
Fantastic, very well done. Both of these awards very well earned, and more to come as you continue with the good work. Fingers crossed.
So. Yeah, thank you.
Fantastic. What is your favorite tech event to attend? I know around the pandemic we've had a bit of a dip into things certainly happening in person, but
yeah, before the pandemic, I went to the Women of Silicon Roundabout event with my previous role, and it was really good. I really enjoyed it. It was just incredible to see so many women under one roof, and there were so many workshops, so many, inspiring talks, and so many companies there, with their stands, and to see like how others are using tech, what they are doing with it. So I really enjoyed that event, and I've already got my tickets for this year.
Fantastic.
Yeah, so I'll be going this year as well. It's in November. Yeah. Yeah.
Excellent. So maybe perhaps do a little bit of time if anyone else would like to volunteer themselves for that one. What is it that you're currently learning in tech, or perhaps after 3 years you have learned it all?
No, it's not possible in tech. You learn something every day. So yeah, I currently I'm working on my AWS course, and I want to get a certificate in AWS. So I am a British Computer Society member, and there you get like they have got the Sophia tool that you can use for your personal development. The tool uses the Sophia framework, which helps you evaluate what level you are on for different things like testing and data management and all those things. So I've kind of like evaluated myself where I am, and I want to improve the level that I am on, and this AWS course aligns with that as well. So yeah, I'm working towards the AWS certificate, and I'm glad I've said it out loud now, because it will keep you accountable.
Absolutely, we'll keep you accountable, keep in touch with you to see how that's progressing. Wonderful. You do a lot of activities around learning new technologies in your day job, and of course receiving fantastic awards of recognition. But you do a lot of activities to promote diversity and inclusion in tech, including chats like these, conversation, career talks, and I was really quite interested if you could tell me a little bit more about the work that you do to make tech more of an inclusive space for women to work in.
Yeah, I really like how you've asked about it, how I'm working on making it more inclusive, because I see there is always a lot of focus on making it diverse, but there's less talk about making it inclusive. And I feel like we all can play a little role in that. Well, yeah, I personally, try to try to be open to, always stay open to share my experience and my differences, so that it's always good to be able to talk and give your input, so that you're part of the solution as well. Like I've been involved in reverse mentoring within DLG, which was a program to build empathy and an understanding of differences within the company. I've been involved in, there was this early career program, the early career support program. I've given my input there as well, like what kind of support I think I would have benefited from at the start of my career. In my previous role, I have contributed towards coming up with a diversity and inclusion survey for the company. So yeah, I try to give my input and talk about and and share my experience wherever I can, so that it can help in making the solution. And obviously, like cheering for the women, helping them kind of, even if it's like on LinkedIn, like sharing or liking their posts, it just helps amplify our voices. And obviously there is the important things like being mindful of your communication and your words, and being respectful for others, making it like more comfortable for others to share their experience and be open to ask for help if they need it.
Facilitating this space for open communication and I guess vulnerability, because I think us trying to pretend that everything is perfect does not necessarily work. So yeah, fantastic work, and thank you so much for all the things that you do. We really try to provide a platform at Northcoders as well, to have a variety of voices heard. And this month, previous month as well, if you're watching us on live now or later on YouTube, we have quite a few different conversations and lightning talks on this field. So yeah, please have a look at any of the other things that we've done. Finally, from me, really, I think we maybe touched upon that a little bit earlier, but do you ever run out of steam, and how do you build yourself back up, apart from Candy Crush?
Yeah, I think obviously I do sometimes, and I have learned to take a break, and I've maybe learned it the hard way, but I've learned to take a break, because I think now I know that nothing can help you than taking a break when you need one, because you can't be productive all the time. You can't be learning something new all the time. If you feel you're overwhelmed, just take a break. I have done that, and you always come back more energized, more motivated, more focused. So even if it's for a week, a month, a day, just take it when you need it.
Yeah, absolutely. Fantastic. Thank you so much. What lovely final words to leave off with. I'm going to quickly check if we have any questions in our chat. Yeah, no, I think we can hold on just like a couple of moments. If you have any final words for any women out there watching us, maybe now or in the future, who might be considering joining the tech industry, and perhaps having heard some negative feedback about it, on how inclusive and how diverse it is.
I would say I think it's a wonderful time to work in the tech industry. There's exciting time. There's so many exciting projects and so many exciting things going on. Yes, like I wouldn't say it's completely inclusive, but like any other industry, there are ups and there's down, but there is a lot being done as well. You have positive experiences as well, you have some negative experiences as well, but in my experience has mostly been positive. I have received a lot of support. Yes, I have been talked over. I've had meetings where there was no eye contact. All those things do happen, but with every negative there are also loads of positives. Like I have a lot of support. Like at the moment, the team that I'm working in, there's more women in the team than there are men. Like it's 5 women, and 2 of them are black, 3 are brown, and the rest 4 of the engineers are males. So I think I work in a very diverse team, and it's a very good team. So yes, I think everybody should consider a career in tech. It's a wonderful time. That's all I can say.
Yeah, fantastic. Well, thank you very much. I don't think we've got any questions so far in the chat, but thank you so much again for coming in and joining me. I've had a fantastic time, and I hope everyone else has enjoyed themselves as well, learning more about your journey and about what you find important and how you let some steam off and everything else. Fantastic. Thank you so much, Rajinda.
Thank you for having me. Thank you.